Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next video. For Schengen visa, the next process would be ideally to first get an appointment, which is we are going the other way around. Once you've done that, come to the apply to a visa section. This is the same link. I'm going to link it in the description box below. Go to the ready to apply section. Click on apply now. Select Schengen visa. Apply. Login or create an account to continue. When you click here, in case you don't have an account already, you will have to sign up, give your email address, and this some time ago, so it should send another code. Here we have it, 707134. Continue. You can give a password as you like. Make sure to note this password because you'll be using this website again and again. Test visa. Give your phone number. Right. Once you're here, you can start filling out your application. And to fill your application, keep in mind that now that you're applying from Netherlands, make sure that all your bookings that you've made, once you've got the appointment, you would have obviously made your flight ticket and hotel accommodation bookings, and then have those details ready. You will need the going and coming flight, the hotel accommodations for that duration. So also make sure that Netherlands is the maximum number of Netherlands is the country where you spend maximum number of days, and this is the country you're applying for the visa, that is Netherlands. Which country in Schengen area do you want to visit? So the first country again should be Netherlands, preferably in order to not cause any confusion for the visa officers. Select multiple entries. Also, if you're visiting other countries and you have the bookings of hotel accommodations in different countries, which is preferably less number of days from Netherlands because you're applying from Netherlands. For example, if you're visiting Germany for 2 days, you mention that in case you have supporting documents. And when they ask you what is your main destination, that should always be Netherlands. Which country, Schengen country, do you want to visit first? Again, preferably Netherlands. How many times will you enter? Click on multiple entries so that you get whatever duration visa you get, you can go on and go in and out of Schengen areas multiple times. Select your nationality. This date would be the date of your flight that's entering Europe. You can enter this date based on whatever your booking is shows on your documentation. This will be your return flight dates. So once that's done, you have not filled all the required fields correctly. Please enter a date in future or present. Right. So I'm in July right now. So this is just a dummy date I'm entering to walk you through process. Now, privacy statement is just to make sure that whatever you filled is right. No refunds is application applicable on this process. Now, when you go to personal details, you will enter these details based on your name, test, female, this will be your gender, whatever your date of birth is. Mm. So, is your full date of birth in your passport? It should mostly be yes. Mention your date of birth here. Mm. Mumbai or whatever your place of birth is in India. Also, make sure this place of birth matches with whatever is written in your Indian passport or whatever passport you're using to apply for Schengen visa. So, In case you're married, you will have to present the marriage certificate just as a supporting document. Is your surname same as when you were born? In most cases, yes. If not, you will again have to have a supporting document with that. The national ID number is the ID that you get from UK when you enter in. It's your NI number. So you can give whatever that is. Was your nationality Indian at birth? Yes. Do you have any other nationalities? No. And then the address details are optional. This is optional. Place of residence, United Kingdom. Are you a national? No. Will you return when you leave from Schengen area? Yes, I will. So are you traveling with or to join a family in EU? No. Keep it simple. Expert. You can put the details of your employer here. Give the address, test, office, etc. You can also find out details on the office phone number and give. They don't usually contact this number, but it's nice to have it given. I'm just giving random inputs, but to just walk you through the application process. Have you been invited to visit Netherlands? Not invited. In case you are, you will submit the documents according to that. Where will you stay? In a hotel? And this will be the hotel's address that you will give based on whatever booking you have done and according to the supporting document that you can provide while you go for your appointment at VFS. So this will be maybe Radisson, uh, Amsterdam, Central, Amsterdam, and Netherlands. Will you stay anywhere else during your visit to Netherlands? Say no. It's the 2 day visit that you mentioned that you will be in Germany. So you will also have to give details of Germany hotel. This will be and then this will be based on wherever you want to visit. So the means of support is basically the finance of your trip, who is going to cover your travel and subsistence cost. You can keep it by himself or herself. In this case, you will have to give your pay slips and show them the proof of your income. They and also mention that you have prepaid transport and accommodation. That's your flight and hotel details. Now, when you go to, you have not filled this right. Yeah. So now your main purpose of travel is your statement, a small statement. It's like a cover letter that you would want to write. You can say that I love to explore the country for travel purpose and have a good holiday time in Europe. You can keep it short. You can also give some details of places you want to visit or you're looking forward to visit. What is the main reason for visiting Schengen? Would be tourism. Simple. Are there any other reasons? Please mention no here for your visa to not be rejected. This will be your passport, ordinary passport. Given the details of your passport, whatever year that it was issued, and it should be valid until 30. Uh, Try to keep this data similar to whatever it is in your passport. And then, if you have applied for visa for the Schengen area before, say yes. In my case, I haven't, so I said no. This is probably for the first timers, the video that's going to be useful. Do you have the residence permit? So, if most of you are on visa who are trying to apply for this, will enter temporary residence permit, and these will be the details of your temporary permit. This will have around the validity of the same. Make sure you at least have 6 months left, because it's otherwise obviously going to be rejected. Now, I want all information about my visa applications to be sent to my email address. Yes. Once you've completed this, you can go ahead and just review your details. I have completed this application form truthfully. Yes. Complete and download the form. So now, once you have this form, you will have to download and then take a printout of that. You can also edit this based on if you want to make any changes to your hotel, or if you have missed out on something. You can do this. Probably, I would suggest to do it before your appointment, before you go to the appointment, or in case they review it and they ask you to make any changes, you can still go log in, make changes, and take the printout in the office itself. So, what will you do after this? The next step is to schedule an appointment, which we have already done according to the pro tip that I mentioned earlier. So now you have the appointment, you have your application form, you have your supporting documents. Let's see what the supporting documents are. Also, to mention that the payment will be taken at the VFS Global. You don't have to do anything online. Just to have a checklist of Netherlands. Once you have filled your application form and have an appointment in place, make sure you have collected all the checklist documents. So, this is where you will go for the checklist. I will be linking this below. So, once you go here and click here, first thing would be your application form, your travel documents, that's your passport, copy of all pages of the passport. Not necessary, you can take the first page, last page, and the visa pages. Make sure you have at least two empty visa pages. Your birth certificate is not needed unless you're a minor. And then evidence of legal residence is would be your BRP or the e visa that you have. Also the share code with that. Passport photo that meets the passport requirements. You can see the guidelines here. In my case, they did not take any photo or the passport photo from me. It wasn't necessary at the time. They took a live photo in the visa VFS office. Proof that you will leave the Schengen area. So this will include things like your hotel accommodation and the return flights, proof of reserved return ticket, proof of accommodation. So this will be your bank statements showing the balance. You should at least have about 2 to 3 thousand pounds in your account, safe side. Credit card statement, not necessary if you're giving the other bank statement account, which is your main bank. If you have mentioned that you're married and you have a spouse, or you're on a dependent visa, you will need a marriage certificate. And if you have mentioned that your spouse or somebody else is taking care of the expenses of the travel, you will also need their bank account statements with their e-visa and the share code. So for employees who are funding themselves, you will need payslips from last 3 months. In case you're self-employed, I don't know how that works, but you will need your payslips or document where you can show that you're self-employed and you're getting paid enough to fund your own travel. Proof of travel, again, the hotel for the full stay, booking confirmations, proof of health insurance. This is again necessary, an insurance that covers at least 30,000 euros, and then the residence permit or passport, which gives you entry to your final destination. That's the permit that you will be giving for the to enter the UK back after your trip. The payment will be the last step that will be given at the VFS Global office once you've submitted all the documents. That's it, that's the process. So, just to walk you over, first you book an appointment, get the dates ready, book your flight tickets, the hotel accommodations, get all your details once you've booked an appointment, and then apply for a visa. That is the application form. Take the printout, have all the documents ready, go through the checklist. This will be your checklist, and then go for the appointment. Submit your documents. You should ideally get your visa for about 3 to 6 months. Worst case with Netherlands, they also give it for 1 year sometimes, but the duration would be about 3 weeks. It depends in every case. So I got my visa within 5 days. It was delivered home. You can also take an option to deliver it home or pay £30 for home delivery in case you don't want to travel to the visa center again, VFS center again. So maximum time it usually takes would be 3 weeks or a month. But because you already have bookings according to your appointment date, it should be all right. For any questions, please comment down below. I will try to answer them. I hope this has helped. Thank you so much.